Today, let's talk about the phenomenal aspects of today's date. The date today that you're watching this is a unique time in history. What I find interesting about it is that the governments of the world around the globe have agreed on today's date. Now, that is no small fact. The idea that a merely human ruler or group of rulers or organizations or governments could decide on something like today's date and have it endure for 2,000 years, what are the words to describe that? Phenomenal, miraculous, colossal? And yet there's today's date. What does the date refer to? Well, obviously it refers to something a couple thousand years ago plus that happened in Palestine, which was really a little backwater part of the Roman Empire. And it points to the birth, the life, the death, and the resurrection of Jesus Christ. So if you could know for sure that Jesus was resurrected from the dead, this changes everything, because that means everything that he taught, everything that he said was true. The resurrection demonstrates that he was more than a mere mortal, that he was indeed God incarnate. And when God speaks, we don't have to worry about what is true and what is not true. So what other possible reason could we point to for today's date? The obvious reason is that it points to the life and death and resurrection of Jesus Christ. Could it point to something else? What? I don't know. Do you? Now, there are those who want to try to weaken that significance, and they've changed the terminology from AD, Anno Domini, to CE, Common Era, and BCE, Before Common Era. The fact that Jesus Christ is the best news that anyone could ever hear. It has been called the greatest thought that could occupy the human mind. What happened 2,000 years ago after the resurrection? How did the message spread across the known world? And in 300 years, the Roman Empire was declared to be a Christian empire. It spread because what they were saying was really good news. It was really good news. Here are people living in poverty, not much chance of a future, with all of the perils of life that you and I face today. And here comes the Christians along and saying there is a God. He loves you. He knows every mistake you've ever made, and he still loves you. He desires to have fellowship with you. He wants to be reconciled with you. He has provided a reconciliation through the ransom sacrifice of Jesus Christ, and he invites you to be reconciled to him. Today's date. Good news. Thank you.